We have done the Clash, we have done day 1 of qualifying, and we have done day number 2. And now it is time for the real action to kick off here at Daytona International Speedway. 46 drivers will race here tonight. 2 500 drivers are locked in, and we will find out who gets the final 4 spots into the Season 6 Daytona 500. And oh yeah, we will find out who will start 3rd and 4th by winning the duel races. It is the Season 6 Powerade Duel at Daytona. What's up everyone, it's your boy NS Racing 97 aka Nathan Stapleton here, and welcome to Daytona International Speedway, and it's time for some duel action for Season 6 of the JBL Cup Series. We got 2 20-lap duels, 23 cars each, and 2 more spots will be up for grabs in each duel for the Daytona 500 from those 500 only drivers. And oh yeah, we'll find out who will start 3rd and 4th for the 500 as well. Got a stat lineup of drivers, as I've been saying all week long, ever since the crash on Friday night, but we also got a stat booth all night long. And duel number 1, we will have LT, the owner of Legacy Mo Club, who will be in the booth for both duels. And then we have Joe Kowski, who's driving in duel 2, but he will commentate in duel number 1. And then we will swap them out, and Eli will be up here on the booth for duel number 2. And LT and Joe, welcome to the booth at Daytona.
Well, I think this is going to be a very jam-packed duel. I think there's a lot of heavy hitters. We got Eli Bright, we got Trey Bardo, but it's going to be hard for me to sit in this booth and be a commentator while also wearing my owner hat. I got to root for Eli and also JR Ribbleton to make the show in the 500. He's obviously one of the open cars, so I'm excited to commentate the race, but also nervous to watch my cars race out there. I hope they don't get in any wrecks.
I'll say it's interesting being up in a booth wearing a fire suit, but that's kind of what I had to do. But it's gonna be fun to watch and get some key insight onto how the track is kind of performing out there while I'm up here and getting ready for my dual race. But I think it'll be interesting to watch those 4 drivers that aren't yet locked in at the back of the field and how they can move through the field. You know, Avery Alford, JR Ribbleton, as LT mentioned, Angel Gutierrez, David Dixon. Gotta see which of those 4 can race their way into the Daytona 500. And if there's no battle for the win at the end of this one, there could be a pretty hefty battle back there between those drivers to try and get their way into the 500.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, of course, Beal was able to lock in his way in with the fastest one from the 500 only qualifying here a couple of days ago, and it's going to be interesting of who will make it, because Avery Alford almost won the 500 last year until he got involved in the big one. Ribbleton is a newcomer to the channel, but then you got Angel Gutierrez, who's been all over the place, and then David Dixon is also fairly new. But this duel only has 3 rookies in it, and then the second duel has 6 rookies, so that's going to be very interesting on how that plays out. We got Brad Leem on the pole. Last year, Team Penske was very, very strong at Daytona, and already looking strong here once again. And then alongside it is Kenneth Miller in the number 4. In the number 2, we got Justin Seidel and John Anders in the 34. Ron Kennington and Wyatt Wilkinson in the 51. Kyle Sestry in the 17. And then Noah Clifton in the 99. And then we got Eli Bright and Logan Williams running at the top 10. And because it's the duels, we got something special. I'm going to let Joe Kowski dial up, the driver of the number 42 Toyota.
Hey, Mr. Bright, this is Jay Rutt up in the booth. You got a copy on us, bud?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, Eli. You got me and you got your team owner up here watching. So don't feel too nervous, but you're down there trying to improve your starting spot. You're gonna be I'm gonna be watching you for some tips on what to do for my duel. But your main focus is also trying to get your teammate in, because he's trying to, we got a 500 only car trying to race his way in. So what's going through your mind, right? You gotta help the 84, right?
Oh, absolutely. I gotta help my teammate, cause more of the LMC cars, the better, So we always gotta try to get the odds better for us, and just overall, just try to get us both in the show. I'm trying to win the race too, but I'll try to help the 84 the much I can, but I'm looking to win the race too.
All right, man. Well, keep the coolant in the car this time, and good luck out there.
All right, you do.
Yeah, you mentioned that unfortunately last year in duel number 1, Eli had a coolant leak on lap 3, I believe, and took him out of the winning early on. Here, a week ago, it is time to go duel racing, finally here for season number 6. First LT and then Joe, who do you think will win Powerade Duel number 1?
Well, I'm going to be unbiased here. I mean, I want to say Eli Bright or J.R. Ribbleton, but there are a lot of heavy hitters. I mean, Bradley Ream does seem fast, but can his car perform in a pack of cars? We know he has a single car speed, but can he perform in very close quarters racing? I don't know. We're going to see maybe some of these guys in the back of the pack have a pack style setup in their car. Maybe one of them could win the race.
Well, I'm going with the 22's teammate, number 12, Alex Sanvitale. I think, those Penske cars, they're good here at Daytona. They know how to super speedway race. And, Alex was pretty good last season in the JBL Cup Series. Was very, very fast at a multitude of tracks. And I think that momentum and that speed's carrying over to the beginning of this season.
Not a bad couple of pits. I like the Penske heavy hitters because they were strong last year at Daytona. Of course, Sam Vitale started second in the 500, and Riley's Billy to the 500 only driver won the whole shebang. So, gonna be very interesting if what ends up happening. The key difference from last year's 500 to this year's 500, we have a strict place on the cars, and these cars will go about 195, maybe 200, minus 220, 225 like last year, and hopefully that will provide maybe about the same racing, but hopefully we don't have any ARCA plates like we saw last year. But gonna be a lot of fun action here tonight. 220 lap duels, and at the end of the night we will know the full 42 car field for the season 6 Daytona 500. It will be Bradley Ream and the rookie of Kenneth Miller leading us to the green flag for Powerade Duel number 1. Pace car will dive down the pit road, and let's kick off tonight with a bang. Powerade Duel number 1 is green flag racing at Daytona. Great stuff from the Team Penske boys, 1-2 already, and we might see this all night long with these teammates wanting to work together. Kennington gonna follow the number 2 and the number 22, and side by side now to 3 and 4. It's gonna be close on who ends up leading lap number 1 here. I believe we'll sunset off turn number 4, and at the line it will be, looks like Justin Seidel leading lap number 1 and duel number 1.
That's pretty shocking there. I mean, I thought the Penske cars were going to be working together there. I mean, we know they have single car speed. I thought they were just going to be able to pull away from the pack, but obviously they're racing to win. So that's good to see. I'm interested to see if that 12 car can get up there and maybe make this a Penske 1-2-3.
They're already 3 wide further back there. I think it was Ribbleton trying to race his way in, trying to follow Beal up there. We know Beal's a fast car because he locked his way in on speed, but there are some guys back there trying to move forward, trying to make some big moves. Speaking of big moves, Kennington's looking 3 wide on the Penske guys, but didn't have quite enough of a run, and Eli chilling down there on the inside. But there you see back here, this is where, there's going to be a lot of desperate moves that might be made as we get later into this race, because if these guys stay close to each other, they're fighting each other for those transfer spots in.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, and right now we got 3 out of 4 all on the inside lane together of Rippleton, Dixon, and Gutierrez. Right now, Rippleton and Dixon will be the 2 cars that would be in, but we are only lap 2 of 20. And Team Penske is trying to Team Penske it here at Daytona and just control each lane, but Kennington, he did have a lot of speed in the Fast 10 shootout, was one of the slower cars, but he might have a drafting setup here in at 19 machine. And I think he wants to get past that number 2 machine, but just cannot quite get it done. And the lanes are even at the moment. Jordan Edwards in that bright orange who's number 9, trying to make it 3 wide, and Eli's made some moves as well. And it's only a matter of time till things get crazy, and starting to get a little bit of 3 wide action at Daytona.
Yeah, that 3 wide could be very dangerous, but I mean, back to these Penske cars. I mean, it
no.
seems like they have. Jeez, yep, that's. Oh, I thought that 16 car was going to make a 4 wide, but yeah, they're racing really hard back here, but the Penske cars are just chilling in the front. They're just controlling both lanes. These open cars are just really racy right now.
Travis Crampton in that 45, he was wanting that 4th dual win. he was wanting it so much, he was like, I'll look 4 wide to do it, but luckily they sorted it out, because I don't know if we want to wreck those Daytona 500 primary cars for a 20-lap dual race.
Oh yeah, definitely not. This is only not even half of what the real life, what the actual 500 will be. The 50 laps, this is only 20. But you mentioned Crampton. The funny stat that we looked before we kicked things off, Crampton has won 3 out of the 5 dual races that he's been a part of, but in the actual 500 he's only finished top 10 twice. So, something about these dual races that he knows what to do, but he just has bad luck in the 500 finish outside the top 30 twice and 20th one other time. And lap 5 now lap 6 here at Daytona, and it's still these Team Penske cars, but Kennington is starting to get impatient in that 19 machine.
It seems like the top 10 cars seem to be a little bit patient. They don't seem to be making a ton of moves right now, but you see in the middle of the pack, they're getting a little bit impatient. They want to get towards the front. They know this is a very quick race, and if there's just these 2 lanes, I mean, there's really nowhere to go. So you see the 45 still looking to the inside. He wants to get up there.
I don't know if this is just me, guys, but it looks like at the front, when you look at those 2 Penske cars, and then you have the 4 and the 19 on the second row, it almost looks like the 19 doesn't have the motor down the straightaways, right? It looks like, you know, the 4 can stay closer to the 22 at points. 19 really falls back off the 2 a little bit. I don't know if maybe the Penske cars have more motor in that car, have a better engine setup, and the 19, it runs a lot better through the corners. See, he really closes in and looks to make it 3 wide at points, but if Kennington wants to get himself into the position to get to the lead and win this race, he has to find a way to stay with that 2 down the straightaways and push the 2 clear of the 22, so then maybe the 19 can do something that way. But at the moment, those Penske cars look strong down the straights and really just kind of pull away from the 19, which is helping their case just stay 2 wide. Here we go. Now we got some action going on here.
John Andrews, the 6th season veteran, gonna make it 3 wide through the middle, and now this might end up looking out for him if Wyatt Wilkinson follows him through the middle. He might get a little bit loose in the 12 right there, and I think we're on to something, Joe. Those Team Penske cars, we've seen it last year, and we've seen it already this year. They have so much straightaway speed, and it's just working out perfectly for him. But now, Seidel, the outside lane broke up a little bit, and Seidel's going to get clear from his teammate, and he's going to go up to the top, and now this might end up being opening the door, but almost a bad block right there. Seidel to the point. We'll see if he can end up blocking Kennington, and now this is what that 19 needed. Hopefully it's from Sustra, and here comes Blake on the inside. Battle up front between Kennington and Seidel.
This is exactly what the rest of the field wanted. Break up those Penske cars from the 2 lanes and make it so that the inside lane could shuffle to the front. Now we got the 17 looking to the inside to make it 3 wide, maybe. No, he's going to put Eli Bright's going to go through the middle. Quite a move there. I don't know if it's going to work. He's going to need some help from the 9 car. Man, I don't know if the move is going to work.
He's staying there for now, and they're still looking 3 wide, that 17 Sustra. And look at this 9 Edwards. He's looking, luckily Eli had a hole to get up in, because that 9 was making the move no matter what. Jordan Edwards was being aggressive there, but he wants to get up here and challenge the 19, the 2 at the front. And he's getting the push from Crampton. He's making his presence known around the midway point. Here comes that 45 car trying to win that 4th duel, and here come those Daytona 500 only cars that are moving up towards the front.
Hello to Brianna Buell locked in on speed, and hello to Angel Gutierrez, the highest open car that's not locked in. And then right now is the number 13 and the 50 that was back to back for that final transfer spot. And Middleton is stuck on the outside lane. Crampton is pushing the number 9 machine. But, I mean, this is what these guys want on the inside lane for the short term. But for the long term, this is going to be bad news for the field, because Team Penske is now working together, and Reem is shoving the two, but he's going to go way wide, and Bright might go 3 wide to the middle.
What a move by Eli Bright. He wants to push that 22 out of the way. Get those Penske cars separated. The 19, though, Ronald Kennington, he's going to come out of this with the lead.
Eli did the classic move of, I'm going to push you, and you're going to think I'm helping you, but in turn, you're not going to be able to go anywhere but, either lift out the gas or move out of the way, because you'll just wreck your teammate with it. So Eli did what he needed to do there. Now he's 3 wide, the 22's up top, and now you have the Penske cars. They're lined up on the outside. Look at Travis Crampton. He's all the way down along that yellow line. He was looking to make it 4 wide through the middle of the corner. Don't know how that was going to work out, but luckily we didn't have to find out how that would have worked out, because that was a unique move. But now here we go. We are locked together. Kennington and Zidell are basically deadlocked at the start-finish line. Then you have Crampton looking 4 wide on the second row. This is I think they know they're in the second half of the race now, Nathan.
Yeah, definitely 9 laps to go, and they're doing like a Crampton. I think, once again, he has a fast car. He is shoving Jordan Edwards in the number 9 machine, who shouted to him. I think this is his best shot in the Cup Series yet, and he's going to get a massive shove from the 50 machine, and he's going to go to the race. Here comes one of only 3 rookies in this duel. Local Dawn in the number 3 machine. He's up front now, and now, unfortunately, I think it's finally worked out not in the Team Penske favor, as Jordan Edwards to the lead, but Crampton, I think he might try and go for 4th wins in his duel races in 6 seasons. This is absolutely incredible, but it's getting down to the wire. Second half of duel number 1, and Crampton to the lead, but it is getting spicy throughout the field, 3 wide all over the place.
The Gatorade Duel King has taken the point. Travis Crampton has made his way to the front, but the rest of the field, they're still antsy. They want to get back up there. Rogel Dorn has come to the front now. 62, Brandon Beal. Obviously, he's locked in on speed, but he still wants to win this duel race, Joe.
Can I make fun of my team owner? As much as I hate to say it, Powerade Duel. Not Gatorade Duel.
Wrong drink.
wrong sports drink there, but it's just gotta give you some stuff for that. But here come those 500 only cars, and something to watch out is you have that 50 up there, right? David Dixon, he's in a good spot at the moment, although Sam Vitale's trying to be aggressive. The 84 starting to come back up with Ribbleton, so then you have to look for Gutierrez. He's falling back on the outside. Where's Avery Alford? I don't really. It's hard to tell at the moment.
He's also stuck up top.
Yeah, he's also stuck up top. So this could get interesting depending on where people are when they cycle up. And with David Dixon, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's pushing Beal up to the front, and I mean, with 6 to go at the line, it's going to be hard for him to fall back to those other guys. So David Dixon right now is in a good position if he can just hold that inside lane, and he has a fast car behind him. Sam Vitale has been coming up through the field as of late.
The 13 Penske car of Sam Vitale moving his way up to the front. Well, this has been sort of the norm here in the duel races. Travis Crampton out front and controlling the field, and moving from 2 and 3 wide to now it's basically single file. Crampton and Dawn 1-2. Then Beal and Eli Bright. Here comes David Dixon to the inside of Beal. And Bright's gonna get clear, but he's gonna try and go to the outside. And all of a sudden, it's gonna be 5 laps to go in duel 1, and so far a entertaining and clean duel number 1.
You love to see a clean duel. We don't want to see any wrecks here. We don't want to see any torn up race cars. But Travis Crampton, I mean, you could see how fast his car is. No one is even able to get to his bumper. The 3 of Rogel Dorn can just barely keep up. They're going to have to create a massive just run to try and get this lead from Crampton. But you see Eli Bright making a move to the inside. He wants a chance at Crampton. He's going to have help with the 50 from David Dixon. 12 car has also made his way up there too, but coming to 3 laps to go this time by, it's gonna be close.
Ribbleton got forced middle of 3. We'll see if he can try and get back down. Luckily for him, the 13 and the 33 are basically nowhere to be seen on the inside, at least. So that's going to help Ribbleton out. As here comes Eli Bright. He has the run in the 42 down to the inside of Crampton with 4 to go. Can Eli get to victory lane in the duel after what happened last season?
This would be a dual revenge for Eli Bright. Would like to mention shout out to Toyota. There's only 4 of them in this duel and 4 of them in the next duel, and 3 of them are inside the top 3. And how about this? David Ditson, Daytona 500 only car, and he's going to try and take the race lead. Unfortunately, bad thing on the host car. John Anderson might lose to drafts, and that's unfortunate for Row and Benny Watson, but fantastic stuff. These guys are starting to get antsy once again. 3 laps to go at the line, and David Ditson's out front. Daytona 500 only car won the 500 last year, and Ditson's trying to win the dual race here, and look at these guys, 3 by 3 by 3 behind.
They're just getting closer and closer with every lap, inches away from one another. I'm nervous for my cars out there. I don't want them to get in any wrecks. Eli Bright's at the top in a precarious position, but number 50 David Dixon is in prime position right now. He can control all lanes. Doesn't seem any lane has a particular run at the moment, but David Dixon, I mean, an open car leading the duel, impressive.
The 13 is moving along the 84th for the final transfer spot. They are nearly side by side. Alfred's in the middle now. He was low, but Ribbleton's up top. This is going to come down to the wire, I think, guys, because they're right near each other. Alfred's going to be aggressive with Ribbleton. There's going to be a battle for the win and a battle for this. Look at Ribbleton moving down to block the 13. That's all he can really do at this moment.
Oh boy, Avery Alfred almost won the 500 last year as they opened entry, and he wants another shot. But if he wants another shot, he has to get past this 84. But the 84 is doing a great job blocking the 13, and it's going to be very interesting on what ends up happening. Bright is going to get clear as help from Crampton up ahead. It's not over for Eli Bright in the number 42. I think he really wants Crampton to work with him. It's going to be the white flag going all over the place, wants to keep on going to the high side. And here we go, final lap in duel number 1 is now over for the transfer spot and the race win.
He's looking high, he's looking low, he's trying to find a way past David Dixon for the lead, but we got to look at that transfer spot back there. 84 still has it, 13 is right on his bumper. He's got to figure out a way to get to his inside somehow. I don't know, there's not enough room though.
If Alfred can force middle, the 84 is washed up the track off turn 2. I think he got tight. Luckily he was able to stay in the gas, but yeah, these guys are bumper to bumper. If Alfred can find a way, he might get down in front of this 24. He might have to force his way down. We'll have to see through 3 and 4 here, Nathan.
Don't think it's going to get there. Bright is going to contend for the race win. It's not going to be close enough. How about this? David Ditson is going to win the duel number 1 as they open entry, almost 4 wide at the line. And the number 84 of JL Ribbleton is going to hang on and get the second and final transfer spot by 1 car length, by 1 spot. And unfortunately, Avery Alfred, the dominated last season's 500, is not going to make it into the season 6 500.
I mean, as a team owner, I'm happy for J.R. Ribbleton to make it into the 500, along with David Dixon, but heartbreak for Avery Alfred and Angel Gutierrez. Great race, though. I mean, amazing 3-4 wide battles, different leaders at different points, but David Dixon, one heck of a run.
Let me tell you, if my duel is anything like what I just watched, I'm a little nervous because like that was cutting it close. I mean, we saw they were 4 wide basically across the line there. If we ever go 4 wide at any point during our duel, I don't want to imagine what might happen.
Whew, that was a little bit scary. David Dixon, he won the duel, but he will start in the back, and Eli Bright will start in the 3rd position. And what a crazy duel. Toyota's going to be 1, 2, 3. Crampton didn't win his 4th duel, but he's going to have a great starting position in the Daytona 500. And a tough break for Avery Alfred. Gonna miss it by 1 spot exactly from Ribbleton. Great job for Lexi Moore Club LT, but a tough break for Avery Alfred. Tough break for John Andrews, who finished in the back. Tough break for Bradley Ween, but he starts on the pole no matter what, so probably just wanted to make sure the car was going to be one piece, but a very calm first duel. And Joe, you might be a little bit nervous because the way that the duels go, one of them is calm and one of them is crazy.
Don't say that. I want to keep this 500 car intact. I want to keep my primary car out in the track and not have to bring out a backup.
Do I need to remind you of what happened last in the duel?
Let's not. No, let's go out there and have some fun. And you can question Eli and what he was doing in 3 and 4 there, come to the white flag, because he was driving like he didn't know where he was wanting to go.
Oh yeah, definitely an interesting drive right there from Boyd. Just looks like he wanted to go high. Looks like he wanted Crampton to push him, but didn't quite get the one. What's your final thoughts of duel number 1, and what are you guys looking forward to in duel 2?
Yeah, duel number 1. I mean, that was fun. Just from my vantage point, I mean, this is the first time in the booth, but seeing it from up here, I mean, these guys are crazy. I mean, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I know I race in the Powerade Truck Series, but this is just a whole different level of racing. These guys are crazy. I think duel number 2, maybe seeing what this race entailed, maybe they'll be a little bit calmer, a little bit less 3 wide. I don't know, but I'm hoping for excitement though.
I'll echo those comments and say I can't wait to go out there and make some 3 wide moves to get my way up from my starting spot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fantastic night, and 2 spots are filled out of the final 4 that are left. Littleton and Dixon make it, and who will get the final 2 spots will be Taylor, Thompson, Reynolds, or Wilmington. Let's find out right now in Powerade Duel number 2. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. After a calm but chaotic duel number 1, it is time for duel number 2 and for 2 more spots to get filled for the Season 6 Daytona 500. We kicked out Joe from the booth, and now he's driving in the number 43 here in duel number 2. And we got second place Eli Blight up here in the booth now, and also close Eli got second in duel number 1. Did you learn anything from that duel? And what do you think we might see here in duel number 2?
I learned that the Toyotas are really fast, and track position really matters. So it's always good to be up front, obviously, but with how the cars race here, you really need to stay in the first 2 or 3 rows that have a chance to win. Also, don't hit the wall coming through the tri-oval. I learned that one.
Yeah, looking back on the replays, you basically got a millimeter away from the wall coming to the line, and it's definitely going to be interesting. The Toyotas looked fast. All 3 finished 1, 2, 3, and then the A4 was able to make it into the show. But LT, I'm going to ask you this. In duel number 1, we only had 3 rookies in the field, and a lot of 6 or 5 season veterans. Here in this one, we have a lot of drivers that are only in the 2nd season in the Cup Series, and we have 6 rookies. How do you think this one might go?
I don't think my hope for a calm race will go well with that, because 6 rookies, I mean, that's a lot of inexperience. They're probably going to be wanting to go 3-4 wide. And also, I mean, the veterans, Joe even said he's going to make it 3-4 wide. So I think this might be a crazy race just as much as Duel 1 was. So maybe one of these rookies can pull out a win. That would be quite a story.
Oh yeah, that definitely would be. We got Varga, who will start second for the 500. That's the second straight year that a rookie will start second in the 500. But we'll see if one of these rookies can maybe win this second duel. We got Brian Varga on the pole, and then Duncan Wood in the number 8 alongside him. And then we got the controversial Clash winner of Nick Lopez, and the 48 of Juan Garcia, the all-time wins leader. And then we got Andy Miller in the number 21 and Bruno Giacomo in the number 10. We got the number 6 of Anthony Hernandez, and returning after a 5-season break of Alexander Lowe. And then we got Matthew Hubert in the number 5, and then Zachary Fitzwater in the number 71. And just like duel number 1, I'm going to let you call down to the number 43 of Joe Wachowski. Eli, take it away.
This is Eli right up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Who let a fan on the channel?
Well, the fans finished second just a little bit ago, so how are you gonna do one better than I did? That's the question.
Well, you showed me a few moves. I liked when you pushed that 22 out of the way to split middle of three wide. So I think just be aggressive with the pushes, be aggressive with the three wide. But maybe I could find out. Were you warming your tires up in 3 and 4, coming to the white flag, and like what were you doing? Like, was there something behind that? I can't figure it out, man.
I I tried to get by him. He just kept blocking everywhere. I had nowhere to go.
Okay, well,
He was too good. He was too.
well, I'll try and get by the leader then, instead.
All right, please, yeah, all right. Bring a trophy home. Also, watch out for the rookies. They might be crazy. They might be crazy.
Yeah, no, 10-4. Thank you.
All right.
Oh yeah, the rookies are a story. Some of them have experience like Samadil and Glenn, but some of them are brand new. Well, LT and then Eli, who do you think will win duel number 2 here tonight at Daytona?
Well, I didn't really go with a definitive pick with duel number 1, so I'll try to my best to pick a clear person here. I'm going to go with Matthew Burnett in the number 20 car. He's starting in the back, but that might mean he has a good race setup in that car, so we'll see if he can make his way to the front.
You know, the 2311 cars are really fast. So I'm going to pick Jordan. He starts 12th, but I think those cars are fast enough. He can get to the front.
I like those pits a lot. We definitely saw a lot of speed from those Toyotas in duel number 1. And both of those drivers starting mid-pat, but let's see what they can do. SpoilyTube is in on speed in this duel, but we got Skylar Taylor, Keegan Thompson, Chris Reynolds, and Brennan Wilmington all trying to make it into the Daytona 500 in this one. And once again, just like the first one, 2 will be in, and unfortunately 2 will be out here for the Season 6 Daytona 500. And it's going to be interesting of what ends up happening. Duel number 1 was the calm one, but at the same time it wasn't, because we saw a lot of 3 wide and close calls. We'll see of what ends up happening. And Andrew Miller, I know on the top of my head, is a former duel winner here in this one. And we'll see what ends up happening. It will be Duncan Wood on the outside with Brennan Varga on the inside, bringing us to the green 2 rookies for the start of duel number 2. And the pace car will dive down onto pit road here, and we'll see what ends up happening here in the second duel, and if it's like the first one or if this ends up being the crazy one. Pace car is on pit road, and it will be Varga and Wood on the front row. Powerade duel number 2 is Green Flag Racing at Daytona. A great start from Varga in the number 14, but here comes the pilot clash winner of Nick Lopez up to the second place spot, followed by Andy Miller in the number 21, and it'll be the rookie of Varga leading lap number 1, and already some 3-wide racing with Matthew Hooper in the back, and already some crazy stuff, but that 14 car looks strong early on.
He definitely does. We see that 43 car back there, Joe Rakowski. He said he was going to be aggressive. He's already making his way towards the front. We also see close 3 wide with the 15 and the 77 back there. They're already racing hard on lap 2. I'm already getting nervous.
I noticed one thing on the start, that whole inside line kind of was like separated, and it really got the 14 and 54 way out there, but we know Daytona, no lead is safe, so I'm sure they'll get run back down.
And already here comes Duncan Wood with a massive 1 all over the background of the 54. We kind of saw this in group qualifying on Monday, where that 14 in front of a 6-car pack looked really, really fast. And Looks like that might be the case here once again, and we actually have a 3-car breakaway. But here comes Matthew Hubert, here comes Hernandez and Wachowski all the way inside the top 5 almost in that number 43. Juan Garcia, Bruno Giacomo, and always seeing a lot of 500 only cars making their way up to the front. But I'm noticing the start is a lot more separated this time around than the first duel. That's all because of this number 14. But how about Matthew Hubert? Had a great run in the clash and up to the second place spot in the second duel in his second season.
Yeah, Hubert might be the one to contend with the 14 car of Varga. I mean, 14, I mean, he's just pulling out a lead. I mean, he has 3 car lengths on the rest of the pack right now. I mean, the engine underneath that hood is fast, but the rest of this pack is looking to get by him really quick.
Thing is, if he might be fast, but if they can just get with, like, work together and like get up to him, they should be able to pass him. But he's held it so far, so he might win this race leading every lap.
Yeah, we've seen it before in the second Daytona race, but it's gonna be interesting of what ends up happening. I think Spurley he's gonna have a good car, and he's all the way moving his way up to the front. Right now, Keegan Thompson has that first spot. And then it is followed by Skylar Taylor in the number 44. Wilmington right behind in the number 60. And then Chris Reynolds is in the back of the field in the number 91. And looks like Hubert and Duncan will just keep on going side by side. A little bit of 3 wide. Wilkowski up on the top side. And Toyota's trying to move their way up to the front. But this is interesting. That 14 looks like that might be the car to beat. But almost 4 wide in the back. That's Wilmington and Thompson. We didn't see a crash in duel 1, but we saw a couple of close calls, and that was almost one right there off turn 4.
Yeah, we saw this in duel number 1, where these open cars are really aggressive off the start. They're trying to get positions and get to the front as quickly as possible. They want to get track position because later in the race, I mean, track position matters a lot, and you could defend positions really easily. We saw with the 84, he was able to defend the 13 to get that open position. So I don't know what the rest of the pack can do right now to catch this 14 car, though. I mean, they're side by side. They're going to have to muster up some kind of run to even get close to the bumper to 14. I'm scratching my head as if I was out there, I don't really know what I could do differently. I mean, the 14 just has a fast engine in it.
He seems to be playing the lanes too. Like he's like giving the 8 some air and giving the 5 some air. So he's like playing the lanes very well. Plus, when it's the 20 lap, it's 20 laps, the tires do wear. So the more laps they run side by side, their grip won't be as good, and 14 just going to hold the lead.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Looks like the 5 Hubert might have a little bit of a one, but none of these guys can really catch up, and this is shocking. We normally don't see this here at Daytona, but that 14 just has such a good car, but is getting spicy in the middle of the field. Taylor about made 4 wide with the 36 of Thompson and Stout. Here comes Stuart Grattan in the number 47, one of the, I think, top rookies in the rookie fight this year. And we'll see if one of these guys can work their way up to the front. And honestly, this might be a similar scenario of Duel 1, because here comes Spurley 2. Last year's 500 winner, and he is moving up to the front, and he might have a fast car just like the 14 machine.
So I'm trying to look at who has the open position right now. Would that be the 44 car, Skylar Taylor, or would that be... Let's look here. Is he the inside of the 36? Yeah, I mean,
yes.
That's going to be the battle for the open position. They're side by side right now. So approaching halfway to this race, it's going to be feisty with these open cars, but I think the battle at the front, I mean, that's just... I'm still baffled as to how fast this 14 car is, but as we see the rest of the pack, I mean, they're trying to get track position as quickly as possible.
I'm thinking either the 5 or 8 don't have like a really good engine in it, because they just seem like they just can't draft up to the 14. So if I was Hernandez, I would see if I could try to pass the 5, because you got a Ford teammate behind you. Well, as I say that, the 41 makes the move. So ignore that.
Well, nice thinking there. I think
Yeah, I guess
Alexander
so.
Lowe might be getting a little bit impatient. You know, this is the first time that he's been in a cup car since season 1. Took a 5-season break. He wants to go out here and have a shot at the race win. And he might be a little... He might be getting a little bit impatient here. Spurley Tube is currently in with faster one on speed. So right now, the 3 cars that are battling are right on top of each other on this high side. Right now, it would be Skylar Taylor and Tegan Thompson making it, but the Wilmington is right behind him, and unfortunately, Chris Morris has not had any speed here in this duel. And here we go, Hernandez is going to try and peek out to the inside of 3 wide, but not going to have any help. And now that's going to open up the door for the Alexander Rowe, and maybe 3 wide behind him, maybe 4 wide behind him. Things are getting a little bit sketchy in the middle of the field, halfway through at the line, in duel number 2.
They're definitely getting more aggressive. Oh man, Spurley Tube. I thought he was going to get into the right rear of the 6 car of Hernandez there, but yeah, I think Eli made a great point where the 8 car and the 5 car, they might just not have the engine to be able to get up there with the 14. I want to see if any of these other cars, 54 to 41, can get by them to maybe lead the pack up there. I think that's really their only opportunity, as this 14 is just whooping the field right now.
Now they got single file, so maybe the 54 and 8 could work together to get that. Well, I don't know, the 54 is looking like me now, swerving all over the place. Yeah, that didn't work for me, so I don't think it's going to work for him very well. But if they can work together, they can easily get well. I'm just going to stop talking about working together because no one wants to listen.
I think Nick Lopez might have to call here. He's trying to do it all by himself though, as the other 3 cars are going to with the high side. But look at everybody else. 5th on bat, 3 by 3 by 3, all under a hornet's nest from 5th on bat. And now the racing is going to get good. I think this 54 Nick Lopez, if he can get up to the front, but never mind, that's not going to end up working out. Might have to watch out for this 41 of Alexander Rowe. He is the teammate of the 41. Well, this is the teammate of the 14, I should say. And it looks like Rowe has a strong car here at Daytona. 8 laps to go, and I'm impressed by these rookies. 1-2, but we got a couple of strong drivers behind him. And how about Jordan Stout making some big moves on this inside lane? Cannot count that number 23. His teammate was fast. Both of his teammates were fast into 1, and now he's making some moves up to the front.
Man, I've been watching that 6 car of Anthony Hernandez, and he has been moving all around, up behind people's bumper. I mean, he is making me nervous back there. But yeah, I mean, back to the front, I mean, these 2 rookies leading this race, I mean, it's very impressive. I thought they were going to be inexperienced and not be able to really hang with these highly skilled veterans, but clearly I was wrong. They know what they're doing. They got a fast car underneath them. The 14 and 8 car are putting on the show. I don't know what, I mean, Jordan Stout, though, he's making moves. Maybe he can be the one to break up this rookie party.
Told you those 2311 cars are fast, and Jordan went to the back, and now he's up here. He's looking to make a move on the 54. So maybe if he can get by the 54, maybe in the 8, maybe he can challenge the 14 for the lead.
Oh yeah, I do think 2311 is fast as a whole. Of course, Dave Dixon won doing 1, and Crampton almost won as well. And this 23 is looking really strong. Same with the 54. 2 more Toyotas looking really strong, but unfortunately, Matthew Burnett, the other Toyota, one of the other Toyotas, might lose the draft, and we saw this with John Andrews late in duel number 1. It's happening again for Burnett, and it's going to be interesting. 6 laps to go, 3 wide with Jordan Stout and Matthew Hubert. Looks like we might have a pair of clean dual races, and that's something that we didn't have last season, so it's nice to see finally. And it's gonna be interesting if what ends up happening. These guys are racing hard. Fitzwater is trying to give a push to Owen Miles. And 3 wide, here comes Stuart Grant, almost 4 wide, gonna think better of it. 5 laps to go. Does anyone have anything for these top 2 rookies? Maybe Alexander Rowe in the number 41.
That was quite the move to the high side in a tri-oval. Maybe he's just trying to get a run that looked like Eli in the duel number one. But I also want to say, this is why I don't pick anybody. Matthew Burnett is in the back, my pick. I jinx everybody. But back to the front, I don't really. I mean, nobody's really working together. I mean, Jordan Stout got to the bottom, but then he got put 3 wide by the 5 car of Matthew Hubert. And none of these guys seemingly want to work together to get these. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. Wow.
Oh no!
Oh,
and Miles, Keegan Thompson, they're still stuck together. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be really bad.
this is gonna be big.
Oh, it is big.
Oh no!
A huge one at Daytona.
Oh man, this is just not what you want to see in a dual race. All these cars torn up.
Oh, they're still
Be
wrecking.
careful. Oh no, they just.
Same with Dio, Juan Garcia.
This might be.
Oh my goodness. I had to say something about it being a pair of clean dual races. Oh my goodness. Racing back to the line, it's going to be a Steelhouse 1-2. And this race should be able to get back going. It's a 2-lap caution period. So we might be able to go back green here. But a tough break, a huge one at Daytona. Same with Dio, Halverson, Garcia, Miles, Ryan, Miller. Reynolds looks to be okay. The 20 looks to have damage. Keegan Thompson, Joe Witkowski, Zachary Fitzwater, Wilmington maybe. Huge one down the front stretch. And I staple jinxed. It was bound to happen. And that's gonna spot the huge one at Daytona.
Yeah, you hate to see this. I mean, I'm interested to see how this. I mean, I know how it all started. The 4 wide move just doesn't work here, but it seemed like they had it sorted out, but then they got hit again. They went in the grass, and it seemed like 2 wrecks happened at once out of the tri-oval. I mean, this took out a lot of good cars. You just hate to see this. The crews are going to have to do a lot of work to pull out the backup cars for a bunch of these drivers and teams.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Not what we wanted to see. I almost was able to see a clean and green finish, but not going to be the case. I do think we will have a 1-lap shootout, maybe 2-lap shootout here at Daytona. Let's go ahead and see what happened for the first caution of the night in the Powerade duels, and let's go ahead and get to the restart late in duel number 2. Well, here we go. This will about the one and only caution in duel number 1. And 4 wide, Matthew Hubert went up a little bit because of the 47 of Stuart going to his inside. And this kind of started a whole chain reaction, honestly. This was part 1, where Hubert and Jordan Stout went down the racetrack. And then these guys reacted. The 6 of Hernandez got into Keegan Thompson. And that sent Miles down way onto the apron, and then you will see that these two, the 5 and the 23, just get stuck together. They go down, and then right when that happens, the 31 of Omar is going to go back up the racetrack, and you can probably guess what ends up happening after that. And the 36 got revenge. Well, the 31 got revenge at the 36, and then back up into Fitzwater, Thompson, same with Dio, Miller, Witkowski, Taylor, Miller up onto the outside wall, Juan Garcia, Wilmington, and then up ahead, the 23, the 5, all get collected. Stuart Glenn going spinning sideways, and then he goes way wide as he hits the number 1, and this is not over, and then Stuart Glenn, he's going to go for a long slide and multiple slides down into turn number 1. This wet started off turn 4 and lasted all the way through turn number 1. And then who ends up hitting Glenn in the number 47 here? It ends up being Oh, the 48 of Garcia ones into the 1, and then it ends up being Duncan Halverson in the number 15 into the back of Stuart Glenn. Hernandez gets by, and then Miller again, and then San Diego's gonna do a big hit at Juan Garcia right there. And a multi-car incident and a multiple turn incident here at Daytona. And you just hate to see it with just a couple laps to go in Duel 2. And that's going to end it with a lot of 20 place cars before the 500 on Sunday.
As you see, coming here out of turn 4, the 6 looks like he got a little loose. Shot down into the 31. Looks like the 31 was shot out of a canyon and just shot right up the track. Got his target and half the field with it. So, a lot of torn up race cars. If I was a driver, I wouldn't be happy with the 31.
Oh, yeah, I definitely don't think many of these drivers are going to be happy with the 31. That could have been avoided. But what else could have been avoided was the melee down here in turns 1 and 2. Gonna take another replay here with one of these guys in the second half of this wreck here shortly.
So you see here the 23 and the 5, Jordan Stout and Matthew Hubert just get stuck together, and they're still stuck together, just rubbing doors. You can't do this in front of the pack. They do it all the way into the grass. You can't take tempers out like that, and it takes out the 54, a bunch of other cars, the 47, the 1. I mean, you can't let tempers get the best of you at a super speedway because it's going to collect a lot of other people, and they're going to make drivers angry. And obviously, you see here, that's the result of it. The 47 Stuart Grattan just getting bombarded by cars. You just hate to see this just because of people just not in their right minds in the closing ends of this race.
Yeah, you hate to see it. It's one thing to do it at a short track, but it's another thing to do it here at Daytona, and a lot bigger consequences, and fortunately multiple cars are going to have a lot of damage to work on during the weekend before the Daytona 500. But unfortunately, this race is not going to get back going as we reach the point of no return. It will be the race winner of Varga as the winner. And let's go ahead and get back to the finish and close out here at Daytona for the Powerade Duels of Season 6. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We will not be going back green here in Duel number 2, as the track officials were not able to clean up all the debris down the front stretch. So that's going to do it. Looks like they might have went to Canton during turn 1. Huge chaos here, and it is going to be the 14 car, Brian Varga, who's going to start second on Sunday, is going to get a career victory here in this duel. And it's going to be his teammate Alexander Rose starting in 4th, getting that spot. And then Duncan Wood is going to finish 3rd, Spurley Tube in 4th, Ned Lopez is going to be in 5th. Giacomo is going to be in the 6th position. And then Skylar Taylor is going to get the first spot in the 500. And then, assuming that these guys don't come down pit road again, it will be Brennan Wilmington making it into the 500 as well. And it's going to be 2 spots short, just like Duel 1, just a little bit short for Keegan Thompson and Chris Reynolds in the number 91. That is very unfortunate. Almost thought we were going to have a clean and green finish right there for the duel. But that's just how things work out sometimes here at Daytona. And off of turn number 4, the dominant driver and the dominant team is going to get 1-2. And Brendan Varga, who is brand new to the channel, is going to end up crossing the line and winning Powerade Duel number 2 at Daytona in absolutely dominating fashion. And that'll do it. Duel 1 and Duel 2 are in the books, and the number 14 will win Duel number 2 in chaotic fashion. Well, was Bully 2, Lopez, Giacomo, Taylor, Hubert, Stout, and Wilmington the top 10. Rokowski still gets 11th, so he's finished where he started. And Keegan Thompson in 12th not gonna make it. Chris Reynolds in 13th not gonna make it. Omar was in 15th, Burnett in 16th, and then the number 1 of BB Ruiz in 16th, and that is it for the drivers that are not. That is it for the drivers that are finished. Everyone else DNF'd in this one, and that included Miller, Garcia, Houston, Sam Dio, and then Hernandez, Fitzwater, and Grant were all down on pit road. And a crazy, crazy duel right there. And not what we wanted, but what are the final thoughts from duel number 2?
Yeah, that was a good race up until the big wreck happened. I mean, obviously the 14 deserved that one. He led, I think, every lap.
I believe
So
so.
yeah, I mean, just impressive performance out of that team, that 14 team. Definitely deserved it. And then he got a teammate right behind him, and Alexander Rowe finishing second. So great job for Stewart-Haas Racing. But I mean, you just hate to see all these cars torn up at the end of this race. Just a little bit too aggressive there by some people, but that'll happen at a super speedway.
All I'm saying is I'm afraid to race the 14 in the 500. That thing's too fast. I might have to go down there and see its setup, at night time. Not saying I would do that, but
Yeah, that 14, and I think Stewart as a whole might be another 4 team that might be very, very strong. Penske and Stewart might be some of the organizations to beat here at Daytona. But what a night here for the Powerade duels at Daytona. A calm duel 1, a chaotic finish to duel number 2. On the side of the screen somewhere will be the official Daytona 500 starting lineup for the season 6 Daytona 500 on Sunday. Well, last year it didn't really work out for Legacy Motor Club. I'm gonna ask you guys this: how do you think the Daytona 500 will work out for the team and as a whole for season 6?
Hopefully, we get a 1, 2, 3 in Daytona 500, and yeah, I mean, I have high hopes for my drivers in the 500 and also for the season. We had a great season last year, but unfortunately, we had some bad luck in the playoffs. But um, goal number 1 is to make the playoffs. Goal number 2 is to win a championship. But I have high hopes. I have trust in Joe and Eli to be great drivers and hopefully bring the championship home to Legacy Motor Club.
You like to have any comment?
I hope to win the 500. That'd be cool. We're doing much better than we were last year. I'm not starting dead last like I was, so that's nice. So maybe I can stay up at the front and win the. If I win the 500, if me or Joe win the 500, we don't have to worry. We just stay in the playoffs. We got it set. Then we can focus on the championship. But it's a long season, so you never know what might happen. We might start off good like we did last year, and then at the end of the year, fall off. So take it what we said.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what ends up happening. Last year's 500 was absolutely chaotic, and hopefully it's not what we saw here tonight. We're gonna dial up Joe Kelsey. He has a mic down on pit road. Joe, what happened out there?
Yeah, you tell me. There were cars everywhere. That wasn't good. I there's some pretty torn up cars down here on pit road. I think we can repair ours, but yeah, wish we could have raced it out there. Finally got down low just for some people to do whatever they did there in the trial. That was it was interesting. Now I don't know.
Well, if there's any side effect to that, is that you finished where you started in 11th, and started in the 24th position in the Daytona 500 mid pat. Depending on how the team can do to fix that 43 car, how do you think that car will do in the 500?
I think it's all right. Didn't like the outside, but if we can find a way down low quick in the 500, we can probably move forward. The problem is we're right in the middle of the pack, so finding a hole down low could be hard, and we're gonna have to hope that if there's any early shenanigans that we can be either ahead of it or somehow miss it. So it's gonna be a steep hill to climb, but we'll try our best.
Well, not the outcome that you wanted, Joe, but good luck in the 500, and hopefully the team can fix that car, and hopefully LT can have his team fix that car, because it looked fast until the big one happened.
Yeah, you tell him to get working overtime up there.
Well, according to Joe, you might have to get some overtime in that 43 car, but a fantastic night here for the Powerade duels. Thanks for Joe, LT, and Eli for joining me up here in the booth throughout the night. Twice up anew, and it was a lot of fun. Sunday at, I believe, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, actually no, 1 p.m. will be the Daytona 500 for Season 6 to officially get underway. But before then, we got the Krispy Kreme National Series and their return after 5 years on Saturday at 2 p.m. I mean, my time's mixed up at 2 p.m. and don't want to miss that. Thanks for everyone for watching. Congratulations to David Ditson in Duel 1 and Brandon Valla in Duel 2 for winning the Powerade Duel Races. And until this weekend, for Race 1 of the Krispy Kreme National Series and JBL Cup Series, we'll see you guys then. Bye!